Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to the weekly dev stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey Thomas. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We've got a fun one today. We're gonna test out a new experimental feature that Thomas has been hard at work on. So we're going to do some testing with the ability to suspend and resume play. So we'll do some testing around with that. It's coming together pretty well. And then if we have time, I saw some new dungeons pop up. So I think we'll check those out too. And it's looking like we'll have something else new to show off next week as well. So lots of exciting stuff going on. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump in, kind of show off the feature. So just want to preface with a lot of the UI work for this change is not in place yet. So the ability to actually show suspended saves on a dungeon and the way that you're going to be able to access and use them is going to be different when we release this feature. But for now, we just have a way to test it. So more to come on sort of the way that you'll be interacting with it for realsies. But today we'll get some testing in. And I think we will kind of play around with all kinds of different items and enemies and decor. Been working on this for a month today. Here goes nothing. Yeah. It's been a lot. It's worth it though. Really excited with how it's shaping up. But yeah, actually that reminds me before we start, I still need to grab your test dungeon, so let me do that. Download that real quick. Okay. Just grab that. We'll put it in mode. Alright, looks like, is this dungeon named Quick? Is that the name of it? Nope. I saw the words quick save on there. I don't remember the name of it. If I leave and come back, it'll probably pop to the top. Because it's... Or I can change the sorting. Save state test? Okay. Actually, I'm curious. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Alright, before we jump into this, because this is where we're going to do a lot of our more in-depth testing. I also have my everything dungeon that we can use. Let's play a normal dungeon. We will play Buried Delves. And let's show it off. So I start here. If I move up here and go on this tile. So again, want to preface with, this isn't how it's going to work when we launch this feature. There will be like a save and quit button or something like that. We're still figuring that part out. Right now, it's just I hit restart and it automatically does the save state for me. So just so folks are aware, but if I hit restart dungeon, I will now restart from here. And if I go in this room and I trigger this link and I hit restart, it's all there. And if I quit, and come back, I'm here. So everything's saved. So you can see how useful this will be. You will have the option when we actually launch this feature of starting the dungeon over from the beginning or resuming your save. So this is going to be really handy for really long dungeons, right? So like if you're playing Castle of the Chromatic King, for example, and you get 30 minutes into the dungeon, and then your mom says, pizza rolls are ready, and you gotta get up and you gotta go, you can suspend, save, leave, close the game, come back, and then resume your saves. So we got to do some really thorough testing with this, though, because there's potential for a lot of bugs. So we will be doing that. So can't guarantee when this feature will be released, but we're working on it. It's coming together really well. Hey, ADD Monkey. Yeah, glad you're excited. So yeah, we'll do some testing here. So kill an enemy, pause, restart. Okay, so it looks like enemies... Oh, interesting. Looks like enemies still... Oh, did we fix the issue with old dungeons? Maybe that's the problem. So I killed one enemy in the group. Oh, maybe it has to do with groups. So I killed one enemy in the group, and it reset the link. It's interesting. Let's try it again. Yeah, and the item duplicated too. Go back, save the dungeon, try again. Okay, yeah. See if it's that issue. Oh, let me, I'll duplicate it first, just to avoid any conflicts. Actually, let me, just to be double safe, I'll duplicate the original. Hey, Sanjay! How's it going? And implement an ID system for entities and isn't applying to old dungeons. Gotcha. Okay. Save. Okay, let's try again. Okay, yep. There we go. So it's just that issue with old dungeons. So something we'll look into here. Kill another bat. Try to restart. There we go. So, killed the bat, Didn't fully die yet. Okay. That seems good. Ow. That was my fault, though. Oh, wait, the bat's invincible now. Dang. We created an invincible bat? Yep. Okay. So it looks like there's another bug. Are you taking notes, Thomas? Or do you want me to? It also seems a lot faster. You're taking notes? Okay, cool. Okay, yep, so we got... So able to get the timing down to get an invincible bat. So yeah, if I'm at 0 hearts and I restart. Yep. So you can be at 0 hearts. And now I'm a zombie. Oh no! I got a heart! You can hit me again. Okay, so hopefully you got notes on the issue with the bat and then the issue with the 0 hearts, which you already noticed. So I think we're good there. Back to build. This reset save state button will not be here in real life. It's just here for testing. It's the same issue. That makes sense. Okay. Cool, cool. All right, awesome. Getting some testing in. Destroyed a candelabra. I mean, I don't hate the big red button. It's a nice looking big red button, to be fair. But I don't think we'll have this feature in build mode anyway. It'd just be for when you're playing. Because you already have the ability to quick start anywhere in a dungeon. Alright, we got 1 hit on the GUI. So it should only need 1 more hit to die. Nice. That's the blue one. Okay, we got a zombie rat. Okay, same issue. I don't think leaving and entering will change anything. Zombie rat! It's like a good band name. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop creating zombies. Okay, I opened a chest, and I paused right as it was about to open and give me something. I'm going to hit restart. Okay, the item is there. Avoid restarting as something is dying because it's going to happen. Yep, makes sense. And I don't know if you're working right now. If you do fix that during the stream, let me know. I'll grab a new build. Alright, we're like right in front of the key. Okay, we got the key. Whoa. That's weird. My, whoa. Where's my mouse? Where's my cursor? That was weird. Okay. We'll try that a little better. The next one. I had a weird controller bug. Cursor disappeared. Okay. Open a door. Immediately press start. Man, I'm trying to break it. Thomas programmed it too good. Yeah. Just trying to break it. Let's test this enemy. Should only need one more hit. Awesome. Alright, picking up gold. We got it. We're at 1. We're at 1. Okay, cool. So I saw the viewer numbers went up a little bit, so just to give a quick overview of what we're testing right now, and thanks for joining all. So we added a experimental feature that we're working on for suspending and resuming play. So if you're playing a really long dungeon, you can suspend. It'll let you like save and quit. You can come back and load up the game again and you'll be right where you were. The UI isn't in place yet, so right now you'll see that I'm just hitting restart dungeon. That's not how it's going to be in the final version. You'll have like some kind of like save and quit option. But you'll see like right here, if I stand over here, I hit save and quit. I come back in and resume, and I'm right here. And I have all my stuff. So, going to be a really nice feature for longer dungeons, especially something like Castle of the Chromatic King or a dungeon that gets really big. So yeah, we're doing some testing today. So thanks for joining. Appreciate anybody lurking and hanging out. All right, I'm going to test opening up the chest and then immediately pausing. Restart. Should be 5 bombs in here. Okay, cool. So then we'll test picking that up. I don't know if I actually got it. Probably not. It's too quick. Nope. Okay. That looks like I got it. Didn't play the animation, but it is in my inventory. Okay, so it did work. It's in my inventory. Very cool. So now I have a bomb down. Awesome. So it remembers the bomb and how much time it had left and everything. Okay. So now let's try to time... Dang, it's going to try and time the explosion there. We'll try it on a wall later. Okay. So I hit that enemy once. I'm going to go back into this room, restart. No reason that it shouldn't retain the damage, but we'll just make sure. Okay, cool. Okay, he shot an arrow. Let's restart. I didn't see it. Let me get him a little further out here. Dang. Okay, he shot the arrow. I see it. The very tip of it. Okay, nice. So it's saving the arrows, which is really cool. He's in the act of shooting. I don't know if that will save. Let's see. That's interesting. So I guess the only problem with that every time I restart, you're biting your nails. Yeah, that's the only problem with that. Like, let's say I had a puzzle where I want to make it so that the player has to walk by the Lizark and force it to shoot. A player could cheese it by going like this, restarting, and then now they can get by the Lizark. And we'll have the same problem with the Scuttle Swine, because there are a lot of puzzles where it's like, I want to force it so that if the player walks by here, it forces the Scuttle Swine to charge. So I don't know, is it possible to save the animation that the enemy is in for like attacking? Okay. Cool. Something to look into at least. Yeah, it could be helpful. I could see that being an issue for some puzzles. Alright, I'm going to stand on this pressure plate and we'll restart. Okay, cool. Nothing broke there. Hey, Optimus! Happy Super Dungeon Designer Sunday. Hope you're doing well. We are currently testing a new feature to suspend and resume play. So you can save and exit and then resume your save. Okay, so that is holding down the switch. Let's restart. Happy SDDS, yes. Official holiday every week. Alright, some text on screen. Oh, that's interesting. It gives you the wrong button prompt on the little text bubble when you restart because it hasn't detected your input device yet. I know we've seen this before. Probably doesn't matter. Like, that's such a minor thing. But like, see how it said LR, now it says RB. Not a big deal. I'm curious how links from these will work. I'll have to remind me to play around with that after. Since the text disappears when you reload, I'll have to play around with linking from a text box. Alright, let's see. I broke that crate. Okay, looks like we're good. The crate had an extra heart in it, and I only had 5 hearts before, so it looks like I did pick up the heart that was in there, so that's good. Alright, we cleared out a bunch of stuff in this room. Let me just restart. Okay, cool. Get the map. That is so weird. My controller cursor keeps disappearing when I pause. I think it has to do with like this popping up above your head or something. Ah, it's weird. Ah, gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, I'll test that out specifically and we'll see. My 2-hour-long dungeon would no doubt benefit from that. Yeah, for sure. This would be a great one for your dungeon. The only downside is you have to remember what you were doing. You know? Very easy to forget like where you were. Alright, let's test killing this. to trigger the link to open that door. Okay. Zombie bat, that's right. Okay. I promised I would stop doing that, and here I am. That's okay, we're not actually stuck, because we can go around the other way. We have bombs. Let's test the spikes real quick. Okay. So if I go like that, will they still pop up? They do. Oh, they get stuck up. They're not going back down. So there's another one. See if this one does it too. Yep. So, looks like you're telling it to reset, but it's just resetting and staying up or whatever. That might... I wonder what other implications that would have on other objects in the game. Like orb switches... No, orb switches don't reset. Anything that... Oh, timer switches maybe? It might have an impact on... We'll test some things. Alright, should be able to go up here. Let's try and time this. Okay. Cool, that works. Spike controller is shared with the spike blocks. Okay. Otherwise, that should be contained to just... Okay, gotcha. Alright, so we have a pit to play around with. And then we killed that, and the link was triggering. Don't think this will create a zombie. I think we're good. Okay. Let's play with the pit. So I'm about to fall in. Fell in. Restart. Nice. Try to get it right at the bottom. Try there. This might not be the most fun stream to watch as I'm just continuously restarting. But definitely an exciting new feature. Oh, hey Weisborg. So we are testing a new feature for suspending and resuming play. Yeah, so right now it's tied to Restart Dungeon. It won't be in the final version of this. We'll have like a separate save and quit button. But yeah, doing some testing on being able to like save and then resume. So be really handy for really long dungeons. Okay, destroyed some grass. Okay, grass is destroyed. We have the gold, I believe. Destroy the bush. Okay, we got a lip balm. Nice. Alright, this has 2 tufts of grass left. Just test that real quick. Cool. Dang, yeah, something... I think it's the life appearing above... Like, the item appearing above the player's head is making my controller cursor disappear. Very weird. Alright, restart. Minor bug. I mean, if it only happens in that instance, it's like... whatever, but... Okay, interesting. So I opened the one in time. This one, I did not. Oh, it's the enemy. Okay. I see. That's an existing bug? Okay, cool. Huh. I walked in the room and these spikes went up. Is that always how spikes work? The only reason I ask, like, let's say somebody put spikes here, I would be able to walk in the room quick enough to get over them. And I don't think I ever noticed that before. I think that might be related to the reset. Yeah. We should probably consider that, because that could break some things where a player could be quick enough to get over the spikes. Alright, so this is a little cracked. That's a bug? Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, because I can go like this, right? And restart. And if I hold up, I think I can get over him. Maybe with dash boots or like really good timing. Well, I guess you can't really get back over him, but could still cause some issues. I think I was on the crack tile to begin with. I'll have to go back and look. Lantern. Oh, that's interesting. If you restart, it doesn't save the extra light you get from the lantern. So I've got my default light radius. I don't think doing this would do anything because we let you have that light radius whether you have it equipped or not. Interesting. Alright, I imagine this will save, but let's just see. Cool. Yeah, finding lots of good bugs today. This is good. Bookcase, make sure that saves. Cool. Didn't I collect this extra life already? We have 2. Maybe it's a table issue. Yep, looks like tables are respawning whatever you have on them. Another bug. Yeah. Infinite lives glitch. My score screen is going to look great. I think one of these chests will remain... Or no, that was because it was an enemy earlier. These should both dump what they have. Yep, okay. Because we got the life. Okay, hit the enemy into the pit. Just make sure that killed him. Okay, I heard him continue to fall. Light this out. Light this torch. Right here. Okay, enemy in the pit. Enemy in the pit. Cool. How did I manage to do that? Wow. That takes skill. Proximity bombs are working. Man, yeah, controller is being funky today. What is going on? Restart their fall each time so you can keep them falling forever by continuing restarting. That's kind of hilarious. Perpetual falling lizard. Okay, boss key. All right, we got the boss key. Oh. Yeah, my controller is not interacting with menus anymore. Oops, got one stuck. Oh yeah, I'll send you my player log. Walk over spikes and restart. Yeah, we tried that, and that's what causes... Oops. That's what causes them to stay stuck up like this one. Is when you do it halfway. So we got a bug to fix on that. Okay, we got the bow. I don't think we've broken any pots yet, so let's just make sure those work. Yeah, I think you jumped in right after that, yep. It was in the bat room early in the game. Alright, we triggered those 2 wall switches and we hit the up-down switch, so let's check that. This will be a good room to play around a little bit with the up-down switch. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, we got an arrow just about to hit the up-down switch. Yeah, see, we as Borg, we're thinking on the same wavelength here. Interesting. Okay, so the arrow was just about to hit the up-down switch. And I don't think it counted because the level was loading in and the switch was still, like, loading, yeah. I'm not sure what to do about that. Try restarting here. Okay, if that worked. Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer there is, unless there's a way to make an item remember that it was hit so that it changes after. Yeah, Thomas did a lot of work on this. And save the, okay. Yeah, if you think that'll work, that sounds good. Yeah, there's bound to be bugs we don't catch, so really relying on all of you to help us out once we launch this feature. Let us know if you find anything. Alright, I did a spin attack. I don't think I've tested that yet. I missed it. I think it was going still. If it cancels the spin attack, that's fine. I would expect that it would. Yeah, okay. That's not a big deal. Okay, so I caught it right as it reflected. My book thinks it knows what I'm doing, yeah. Ow. Should wonder how early FPS games like Doom, Quake, Half-Life have such clean save states. Yeah, you know, it's something you take for granted until you gotta implement it yourself. And then it's like, oh. Because honestly, I thought this request was going to be way easier than it ended up being. All right, we are mid-transition on the stairs. Okay. Let's try that again, but like earlier. I'm making Thomas nervous. Okay, so it didn't count that one. That's fine, because it was early. Couple games that are nothing out. Save states and rewinds. Yeah. Yeah, and the intention isn't to allow save states. It's more to just allow save and or suspend and resume. So you'll only be able to keep like one. It is a save state, right? But it's more of like a suspend. You'll be able to just do one. So like if you want to start the dungeon over, it'll delete your existing save state. If that makes sense. Oops. Okay, we just triggered that orb. Let's restart. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do mobile, but yeah, definitely helpful on Switch. Cool. Looking good so far. Dungeon takes... It does seem like it's taking longer, doesn't it? To get a timer. We gotta practice the... play around with the frog glove too, since this dungeon doesn't have frog glove. Let's make sure the red Lizark's arrows are saved. We should be taking an arrow to the face here. I think it went through me. Double check. That should hit me. Might have been just positioning. Alright, that one should definitely hit me. I think they're going through me. Oh, you're invincible when you load in, aren't you? Duh. You have that temporary invincibility. Yeah. We should probably remove that, because you could take advantage of that for sure. Yeah, I think so. Because, like, imagine, like, a Goliath fight, and, like, he's about to do his big attack, so you just save and resume. You know? Worked on a couple of my dungeons, especially when I have lots of assets, as you see with my dungeons. I would close and reopen a CD multiple times to refresh the load times. Interesting. Okay. That's good feedback. Something we can look into. Okay, so that link, put that spike down. Let's see. This will be a good room. I'm going to restart after everything we trigger. This will be a good test room. Ah, it did not save. I think we're actually SOL here. Did not save this link with the spike going down. Was there ever a cap to all those backup dungeons that get saved? Pretty sure there's a cap. Or maybe not. I hope so. If not, there will be. I don't think we're gonna get out of here. Yep. Okay. We gotta restart. Yeah, we should definitely cap that. Anything that can, like, eventually we'll have to cap like how many rooms you can make in build mode too, and you know, anything that can overload should be like a, it could be a high limit, but like the number of dungeons someone can upload. We'll start capping stuff at some point. Probably as we get ready for the Switch stuff. Because you don't have as much control over your files on a Switch. Actually, I'm gonna cheat and put myself further in the dungeon. I restarted after it fully descended. I'm pretty sure the animation was done completely. I can test it real quick. I'll put myself in that room. Okay. So spike is down, animation's done. We will, yeah, I might just restart. Yep, spike came up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me grab my player log for you. All right, I threw it in the main Discord channel. All right, restarting. All right, let's continue from here with cheats. All right, so we got to make sure we're through this before we start doing anything, but we've also got some more stuff, so let me test some things. We have the shield out. Let's make sure that goes away. Okay, shield's gone. Remote bombs. The red reset save button, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's just a dev thing. What happens if you modify the screen where a save state is? It will always resume you from the save state right now. There's not going to be a save state option in build mode. It'll just be in play mode in the future. Oh, interesting. It saved the link that time. Huh. Also, it looks like my dash boots are grayed out now. Go in this room. Oh, and now it didn't say. What's going on? Wait. So now if I restart again, it's fixed. Okay. Yep, definitely some weirdness going on there. Okay, now it's gone. Start. Okay, so it changes every time you restart, I think. Double check. So now it's up. Restart. Now it's down. Okay, so it's changing the state on every restart, Thomas. Very interesting. Okay, I took one arrow out of that stack. Let's see if it retains that. Cool. Dash boots, which we already have. Yeah, something weird's going on for sure. One prop thing was actually causing an error, so avoid restarting in front of signs. Oh, okay. Will do. All right, let's dash and pause. Okay, we're right over a pit. Purchase tiles too? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it does not remember dash info, which is fine, honestly. Like, that's on you, I think, as a player, but I guess it does create something interesting where yeah. You could have some... Yeah, we should probably save the animation state. You're right, because you could... Maybe you want to stop. Like you want to use the dash and stop on a tile, so you would abuse this to do that. I'm trying to think of a situation where you would want that, but... Yeah, we should probably save the dash. Alright, so Frog Glove. I grabbed some gold. I assume this isn't going to work. Okay. Yeah, we should probably save the... I assume this would be the same thing as saving the player animation for the Frog Glove, because you could manipulate this to get items to land where you want them to. I guess that's not as big of a deal, but if you are... Actually, a bigger deal would be if you're frog grappling and you are, let's say you have a pit and then you have a land, then you have a pit, you could frog grapple, time it so you're right over the land, and then hit restart and you'll land right in the middle, and you shouldn't be able to. So yeah, I think definitely... I'll show what I'm trying to say in a second. My money reduced back further? You got it, okay. You do a quick restart just to see where we're at here. Oh, you're right. There is something going on with my money. I'm at 170,013. If I restart, I'm gaining money every time I restart. Oh, I'm gaining 9,999, and I think it's because I'm using the quick test. Yeah, which that's fine. That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's make sure those cracked blocks don't respawn. Adding loaded money with the initial money, which would normally be 0. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if it's specific to quick start, then that doesn't matter. If anything, that's helpful if someone's testing and they want to add some more money. Alright, we're going to restart while this timer is going. So it's like halfway. Start. Okay, just finished. Nice. Catch you right at the end here. Awesome. Looks like that's working great. I didn't pick up that heart because I'm full on containers, but it still triggers the link. Very cool. Whoa. Wait a second. I think it's respawning the money from the cracked... Yeah. So money is respawning from the ruined... What is that? Ruined wall? Yeah, those spikes behaving was interesting, for sure. Just like the table, yeah. Exactly. Alright, did you get that one, Thomas? Animator state is loading before the dropper state. Okay. Cool. You got that though? Just making sure. Alright, we opened the boss door. It's mid animation. Let's restart. Okay, restarts the animation. We're near the end. Okay, cool. This is awesome, by the way. Like, obviously we were expecting there to be bugs. This is working so good. Alright. I don't think enemies retain their animations. We talked about having the Lizarks and the Scuttle Swines retain them. We probably should have this guy too, because he's shooting a projectile also. So we should probably have the Hollow keep its animations. Alright, let's just buy everything and then we'll see how the shop goes. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we got one big hit in on the Hollow, so let's get another big hit. Cool. Looks like that heart is underneath the tree. There's some layering going on here. Very weird one. I don't know if that was because of the, I think that was because of the restart. Yeah. Alright, so the bosses are not implemented yet. So that's coming later. So we're not going to do any testing with the bosses today. I heard 2.5D was easy and never had problems. Yeah, totally. Same. .5D is easy, yeah. On opposite day. Alright, so we triggered that link and spawned all these guys in. Let's restart. Alright, the music has intensified. Let's make sure that carries. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it has to build up to it, but that's fine. Like, that's just how the music's implemented. Yeah, okay. It's like, don't ask me to save. No, you don't have to save the music. So yeah, I know the bosses aren't implemented, but like, yeah, it definitely like broke the boss. Like, he didn't even spawn in. Fix the item dropper up. Fix the table and rubble. Awesome. Alright, so if I restart on an end level tile. Also, yeah, the music died, and I think it's just because of the way we do bosses. The boss is not being implemented yet for this. Trying to see if I can, like, get to the screen and then... Oh, I think I am nudging over to the right slightly. Hold on. Yeah, you know, the throne's interesting because at conventions, like PAX West, when people come and play the demo, everyone always tries to sit on the throne. So I think at some point we do need to make, even if it's not animated, it's just like an image of the player sitting on the throne. We probably need to make the throne interactable in the future. Would actually be kind of neat to allow you to sit on the throne and then it triggers a link. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, looks like this is fine. Alright, cool. Sit on the throne and your health slowly goes down. Nice. Hey, Matt. Thanks for swinging by. Custom theme of a toilet too, complete with flush. Nice. Yeah. A throne, a variant of the throne that's a toilet. Once we have character customization in, we could talk about how best to add more character animations. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, could even not be an animation. Like, all right, my music's dead, so I'm gonna leave and come back, or quit the game. I don't know if you need my player log from that bout of testing, but I will give you it anyway. We could let players sit on the stool, and then you could push around the stool with a player on it. That'd be kind of neat. Okay, why is my sound just dead? What is going on? My sound is like permanently dead. Oh no. How did this break? You guys can't hear anything, right? So when the boss fight went to start, the boss didn't appear, and then my sound completely died. I'm talking about the game volume. Can you guys hear the game? Oh. Never mind. for some reason, my output randomly changed to my microphone. Why did that happen? I don't know. But okay, we're good. Alright, so we found a handful of things. I wanted to test a couple quick things. What was it? So yeah, I know we already agreed that saving the player animation is important, but just to show everyone why I think it's important. If you have something like this. Yeah, I grabbed the player log, thanks, Weisborg. And then go like this, and you're like, oh, there's a treasure here. Then people will start. Actually, can you even reach? No. What am I doing? What am I doing? There. Oops. Let's say you want the player to... Let me put one on both sides, just in case I get stuck over there. Oops. Oh wait, we're good. It saved it. Okay. So then I go... like this, and then I restart. Then I'm here, and I can get the chest. So, like, we don't want to, like, create those kind of puzzles. Like, there shouldn't be puzzles based around being able to restart. So... what else do I want to test? Try warps. I mean, we kind of played around with warps already, but... well, we played around with stairs. Oh, I should do this out of room. Actually, we should test both. Places you normally can't spawn to would get messed up. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, this seems fine. I don't think there's going to be any weird state you can get stuck in here. It's always going to know whether you teleported or not. Do recall finding it interesting. I can't remember all the details. Recall it talking about how it's not required and it can be a great thing to include in your game. Yeah. It's kind of like pet the cat, right? Like if you have an animal in your game, letting players pet it is like a huge nice thing. So it's like, yeah, you should probably let the players sit in your thing that is intended for sitting, right? So yeah, I think I'm with y'all. Like down the road, at some point, we'll look into letting people sit in the throne. I think it'd be cool to have it trigger a link. Nice little puzzle element you can add. And then you could have a puzzle where it's like 4-player co-op and all 4 of you have to sit in a throne to like unlock a door. Be kind of neat. You could create like a musical chairs game. A lot of cool stuff you could do. Let's see, what else? There was something else I wanted to try. I don't really test statues too much, but I'm sure they're fine. Where's the stool? stool we did test already, because it was in the buried depths. Okay, cool. I do wonder. Could you abuse the falling mechanic? So let's say you had, you can link from a cracked block, right? Let's say you had something like this. And then you kept going. Restart. It's still falling. Oh, wait. Ah! The crack block isn't falling. We found a bug. I guess the link isn't going to refire. So, actually, well, yeah, I guess if the link is triggering right away, we're fine. But yeah, this is definitely a bug. Because now I can push it over the pit. Invisible switch on a pit, and the falling animation plays again. The switch should... Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll test that. If it's a repeating switch. We'll try that. Let's try that with the stool. Movable blocks trigger invisible switches. Yeah, pretty sure, because they treat them like floor switches, right? Thomas, did you get the bug where the block was staying over the pit? Just want to make sure you saw that. Okay, cool. Whoops. Go back to build. Restart. Oh, interesting. Okay, if you push a block, this is another bug. Or maybe it's related. It's not saving the tile it was on or should be on. It's staying in between. All right, let's test the other thing. Okay, so pushing that in spawned a gold. Let's restart. Okay, yeah, so if you catch it right at the bottom, it will trigger the link more than once. That was a good good call, Weisborg. You gotta wait for the little dot. Okay. Cool, cool. Did you get that one, Thomas? Sorry to keep asking. Just want to make sure. All right. Cool, cool. Yeah, once you hear the little glistening sound. What else? Shouldn't be anything weird with lock blocks. Same triangle blocks will keep their orientation. I don't see why they wouldn't. Cool. Wait for the stool to disappear entirely? Sure. Okay, so we got 1 gold, stool's gone. Restart. Oh, it's still falling. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna give it like a minute. Or like 5 seconds. Okay, so it's like stuck in a falling state. Interesting. Let's try it with another item. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually funny. The statue triggers it without falling in. Because it's right on the... I never realized that. You could actually abuse the heck out of that. Did you just go like this? That's not related to this, but... Yeah, okay, so things are just getting stuck. Constantly falling in the pits. Yeah, I would argue that that's expected, yeah. Just kind of one of those things you gotta be careful with as a designer, like... I do agree that's expected, because it's hanging off the edge, it should be triggering that zone. Don't go chasing falling stools. Yeah, or whatever TLC said. So then, yeah, we talked about, like, we need to save the enemy animations, too. Because, like, let's say... I want to, like, force you to have to run from this warthog to get down here, you know. Could just restart, restart, restart. So, yeah, I think the enemies should save their animations too. And we already talked about the Lizark, so that makes sense. What else? There was some weirdness with the... Oops. With the ruins mystic lamp when we were testing this a little bit ago. I need a weapon. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was able to pick up the key, and then I have it again. So you can duplicate a key from the ruins. Oh, it just keeps dropping it. Okay. So the mystic lamp in the ruins needs to not keep dropping its item. It's the same issue? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Trees look okay. Lamp is fixed? Nice. Cool, cool. Trying to think of anything else. Should test each enemy. I'm assuming your test level has all the enemies. Okay. Yeah, if not, no big deal. I'll just do them. Oh, you made it before enemies. Gotcha. Well, there's a bad down. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about arrow traps. Camera markers. Seems okay. Foster animation always have to play out, or can it jump to open? Dungeon intro is playing. I don't think that's that big of a deal because you are resuming the game, you know? So it's probably okay if the intro plays. And yeah, I think I agree because everything else seems to jump. Like if you open a chest, it jumps to showing the item. Things are resuming before it finishes. Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, let's test the enemies. Thanks, ADD Monkey. Appreciate you swinging by. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, I don't think layering issue was a big deal. It went away as soon as the level started, but if we want to fix that, we can, but not worried about it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 enemies. Jeez. When did that happen? Actually, I don't think the statues can go in. Oh, they can. Huh. Wait, what did I miss? Am I crazy? Oh, I missed the ghost. Oops, you gotta link things. Pro tip. Yep, I got Snuppy. Actually, let's do it. Just so it looks a little cleaner. That's interesting, actually. You can spawn one in, it'll be in chompy mode, and then if you restart, it goes out of chompy mode. So I think that's probably a bug, because you could abuse that to stop the enemy. Also, why don't I have more stuff? I thought I did the quick start. Maybe I didn't. Oh, guess I didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can, but... yeah, it's supposed to spawn in moving. Shoot, where did my audio go? Oh, I keep hitting mute by accident. There we go. Okay. Mr. Stump. We already tested him out. I think, yeah, same deal. Like, if he's going to shoot, you should retain that. Okay. Oops. Oh, that was a good test. By accident. That was awesome. Okay. Let's make sure his projectiles stay out. They do. Both directions. Mr. Spoople. Make sure he's in double form. Looks like, did the timer start over? Shoot. Restart. It should be going back to angel form. I think you can perpetually keep it in double form by restarting. Not the biggest deal. Looks like we need to set it. Otherwise, that seems good. Okay, is that better? There's something going on with my mic, because it was causing all kinds of issues earlier too. Yeah, keep an eye on it. Maybe the cord was loose and I didn't realize. Alright, there's a fall noise playing when you restart the Beetle. So, a fall noise like something's going down a pit. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, very strange. And then, yeah, I think the Beetle should stay in whatever position it was in, because someone could be using this to weigh down a switch. Oh, also, I can't eat its shell anymore. So that broke. Still kill it, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. The shell is falling. Which is breaking it. Yeah, so fresh one. If I restart. Okay, that's working at least. Oh yeah, I wonder if the dizzy state is saving from Frog Glove. It doesn't look like it. Should probably save that too if we can. Okay, so now we just have a shell. Oh, he's back. Back from the dead. But I can't kill him. Okay, so Beetle needs some work. We already did Stump. And Chest. Okay, I'm going the wrong way here. Clear this out. Electric gooey. See if there's anything weird about us being stunned while we pause. Whoops. I accidentally hit the tilde. Although, we should test multiplayer. Okay, seems good. By player time. Okay, electric gooey seems okay. We just, yeah, we gotta save the stun, because that'll be really important for the electric gooey too. Alright. Lizarks we've kind of tested already. I think we're good on them. Already figured out the arrow stuff. We wanna save the animation where they're firing at you, but haven't fired an arrow yet. Save their animation state. Flame enemy chasing. Ooh, we gotta test the flame enemy jumping into a lantern or a torch and how that affects things. And then once we're done with the enemies, we'll probably wrap up because it's getting a little late. Yeah, so the Scuttle Swan should definitely save its animation because, like, it's supposed to keep charging until it hits something, and you can manipulate that by, like, oh, I don't want it to go that way. You stop. And restart. Okay, good. Now it's not going that way. I'll have it go this way. So we want to avoid that. Okay, let's restart. Last batch here. Red gooey, this should be pretty easy. Not a whole lot to test there. So yeah, bats, if they're chasing you and you restart, they should start chasing you right away, so it should be okay. Yeah, you can kind of get away from them. So yeah, I do think they should retain their chase. So like if I'm trying to run away from one, I could abuse like restarting to gain a little bit of distance and get away from them. To say about the rat. Kind of tested him already. We should test him with some items, I guess. Okay, so let's test some items with the rat, and then the lantern with the flame enemy. So flame enemy was this one, rat was that one. Okay. Do some items here. And then do some lanterns. Oops. Cuts a mention of IDs. Does that mean when we will need to upload again when this comes out to have it? Will it break things if not uploaded again? I don't want to speak for Thomas, but I'm pretty sure he'll implement it so that it works retroactively for old dungeons. Yeah. We've run into something similar before, where we've had to apply something to older dungeons. Alright, I'm gonna let him collect all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20, 21. He's got 21 gold. Let's restart. Kill him. Cool. Okay. Start. Okay. Okay, so he's hopping in. Nice. Okay. Probably should have linked for something from the torch, but that's okay. I'll try that next. Okay, let's try restarting there. Okay, cool. Do that just to make sure links are working okay when that triggers early. Whoops. Restart. Okay. Oh shoot. That's right. I didn't do the quick test. But it doesn't matter for this. Okay, cool, so that worked. I want him to accidentally shoot the torch. Try again. Nice. Okay, I'm actually really curious what happens if I'm standing where the heart spawns in. I assume I'll get it. But let's see. Start. Nice. And then I assume the second I move, I'm going to pick this up. Oh, I'm full on hearts. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Nice. Hoist your own petard. Cool. See you, Sanjay. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Excited for, no spoilers, but what we might be showing off next week. Hope you have a good night. And, you know, with that, I think I'll call it there. There's probably still some more testing we can do. But I think we've given Thomas enough bugs, so we'll wait till those are all fixed and then get some more testing going. So cool. Well, I like to play us out while we're on the end level screen, so it's just a more exciting way to end the stream. So I'm going to put down an end level tile and step on it. All right, awesome. Well, thanks all. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We will be back next week for more testing. Actually, yeah, should be back next week. I'll let everyone know if I can't. Yeah, if you're new here, if you're watching on YouTube or you just swung by, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out Super Dungeon Designer. You can check it out Steam Early Access right now. It's $14.99. There's a link down below for that. There's also a link to our Discord down below if you want to join us in between streams. And yeah, we stream usually on Sundays around 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Hope everyone has a good week ahead. And we'll see you next time. Go ahead and play us out with the trailer. Thanks for hanging out, all. Have a good night.